Now, let me tell you something about shadow. Shadow is not a tangible something, is a reflection of an object. And when we are talking about shadow, most times, it's not even most times, it's all the time. Whenever you see a shadow, it means that there is a particular object that is being reflected. So now, when you see shadow on something, it does not cancel the existence of the object the shadow is reflecting on. It's just pointing towards the real object or a particular object that is being reflected through the shadow. Now, this my saying goes to when we say what happened in the Old Testament is a shadow and type of Jesus Christ. Now, which is very, very true, I think we should also know that the people that are reflecting or that the shadow of Christ being reflected on their lives, they are real people, number one. Okay, they are real people, number one. And they are real human beings that God sent into this life with purpose and assignment. So when shadow, maybe God choose to use a particular season or particular sign to point towards the coming king or the coming Christ, does not mean that there are some particular event in their life that happen is not real. They are full human beings that have their own mistakes and their own errors. So we should not just cancel out their lives, despite they are living in season whereby Christ has not come and perfection has not been made. Should I use that word perfection? But that does not cancel that they are not human beings that have purpose, that have their own mistakes, that have their own struggles. So whenever we are trying to talk about their event of life, and you can literally preach Christ without even canceling their life. There are some things that really happen to them. They are human beings. They make their own mistakes. But trying to cancel their life, we try all because we want to preach Christ. It won't make the gospel balance. That is why we need Christ, because of their errors. We don't want to, because of the things that are incomplete in their life. That is why Christ came. If things has been better from the Garden of Eden, probably we wouldn't have need, reason to give our life to Christ again to be saved, because we will just be as God made us perfect in the Garden of Eden. But after the fall of man and all that, people has been coming and going. So we can preach Christ without bringing. Another thing I want to say is, when you are trying to also correct people and try to make them know the true gospel of Christ, we should also remember to do it with love. Because when Christ, even Jesus Christ, said, "A new command I've given to you, a new commandment I've given to you, that you should love your neighbor as yourself." He also said, "Love your enemy." But these days, we Christians, we tend to even love. I don't understand how to put it, but not that I don't understand. I don't know how to put it, but the best way to put it is that we tend to correct, or we probably will see our fellow Christians or say something that is kind of scripturally imbalanced, you are not meant to drag him on social media. You don't have to tag him. It's either you send DM to point out what you feel is correct, and if he's not listening, you just pray for him. I think that is what Christ will do. The Christ will not bring the person to the social media, tag him, and started trying to, sometimes I will just laugh, and some people will even be speaking in tongues while dragging their brothers. So I think we should put all these things in consideration as we are preaching Jesus Christ. We preach with love, not with hatred, not with strife. Okay? Not with strife. Let's preach with love. Let's preach hope. Let's preach life. Let's preach Jesus Christ. Paul said something. He said, lifting up holy hands without strife. So let's really, very, really walk in love. If we are preaching Christ, we also need to walk in love. Because one of the things Jesus Christ said, he lay emphasis on is we should love. In fact, he said, a new command I have given to you, to love your neighbor as yourself. So all these tagging, dragging, we should. You can correct people without even mentioning their name. You can, what you feel is right for people to know the true gospel. You can preach it without dragging people on the streets of social media. So please, let's just do better as a true Christian, and that will also show that you truly know the true gospel. Yeah. So thank you.